Imagine being the last Neanderthal on Earth. You don't know you're the last. You don't know your species is about to vanish forever. You just wake up one morning, do what you've always done, hunt, survive, exist. And here's the strange part. That's exactly how extinction actually works. Nobody tells you when you're the final one. Forget the caveman image, the grunting, the club dragging, the ooga booga. Wrong, completely wrong. Big brains, bigger than ours on average. They buried their dead, made jewelry, used fire, survived 300,000 years. They weren't dumb brutes, they were humans, just a different kind. And almost nobody talks about how advanced they actually were. So here's the puzzle. For 300,000 years, Neanderthals dominated Europe and Asia. They survived ice ages, hunted beasts we'd run from, adapted to brutally cold climates. Then we showed up, and within about 10,000 years of meeting us, they were gone. 10,000 years sounds like a long time, but in evolutionary terms, that's a blink. And here's where it gets weird. Because for decades, scientists thought they knew why. Then the DNA evidence came in, and it rewrote everything. We killed them. War, conquest, Homo sapiens rolls in, outsmarts them, outnumbers them, wipes them out. Clean, simple, satisfying. The problem? The evidence doesn't support it. There's no mass grave of Neanderthals killed by Homo sapiens. No battlefield, no genocide site. If we wiped them out, we were weirdly clean about it. So if it wasn't war, what was it? Here's the twist that changes everything. You, yes, you, right now, are probably part Neanderthal. 1 to 2% of DNA in non-African humans today is Neanderthal. That number sounds small, but it means one thing for certain. Our ancestors didn't just fight Neanderthals. They met them. They lived alongside them, and at some point, across who knows how many encounters, they had children with them. We didn't replace Neanderthals. We merged with them, absorbed them, slowly, quietly, generation by generation, but that still doesn't explain the full extinction. If we were interbreeding, why did their whole species vanish and ours didn't? The answer, and this is the unsettling part, might be simple math. Neanderthal population was already tiny. Genetic evidence from Siberian caves shows breeding groups of maybe 10 to 20 individuals. That's it. Compare that to Homo sapiens. We moved in groups of hundreds. Our social networks were bigger. Our gene pool was deeper. We had more options. They didn't. And here's what almost nobody notices. Extinction doesn't require disaster. Sometimes it just requires a slow, quiet imbalance. If your breeding population is 15 people and you lose just 2 females in one bad winter, that's not a setback. That's a death sentence the math can't reverse. And if the math wasn't bad enough, the planet threw one last punch. The Campanian Ignimbrite eruption, 39,000 years ago, one of the biggest volcanic events in European history. Ash across 3 continents. A volcanic winter. The exact territories where the last Neanderthals were barely holding on. They were already at the edge. The climate just pushed them past the point of no return. Maybe the strangest thing about Neanderthal extinction isn't how it happened. It's how close we came to the same fate. If the climate had flipped differently, if our populations had been smaller, if we'd been the ones scattered in groups of 15, it could have been us fading into the fossil record while they built civilizations. Instead, we carry them with us, in our DNA, in our immune systems, literally. If you're watching this outside of Africa, a small part of you is Neanderthal. They didn't completely vanish. They became us. Because extinction isn't always a clean ending. Sometimes it's just a transformation nobody noticed was happening until it was already done.